حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. First, I'd like to welcome you to our MABriday talk, inshallah. Before we start, quick announcement. If you're on Facebook and you haven't liked our page, please like it. It's called MABriday, one word, MABriday. Just give it a quick like, inshallah. On that, we'll let you know what our future talks are going to be. Hopefully we stick to the schedule that we say that we will. And we also upload our videos of the talks onto that page as well. So it's a good opportunity for you to go back and do a bit of revision of what you've heard previously. Unlike stated on our MABriday page, we won't be doing the final part of Sheikh Shihab. That's going to be in 2 weeks' time on the 8th of May, inshallah, will be Sheikh Shihab at 7:30. From now on, we're going to start at 7:30 until Asr comes and catches up with us, and then we'll have to work our way around Salat al-Asr. Alhamdulillah, today we're very fortunate enough to have one of the main Arabic-speaking Imams in Birmingham, Shiekh Mohamed Jumma, who's been here, mashallah, for Allah, how many years now, mashallah, for a long time. He shall be speaking in Arabic, and I will, inshallah, be interpreting for him, inshallah.
I think his English is quite good.
لا
Or in Dutch.
دوتش كان دوتش اوكي بس هحتاج ترجمة. If you understand Arabic, my Arabic is very, very, very clearly, and I use also the body language.
I mean, I can see one non-Arab speaker.
Oh, that's okay, then you have to translate. طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. هو نتناول حديث.
We shall speak about a topic.
أيوة حديث، وهذا الحديث هو عبارة عن قصة
which is a story
حدثت في بني إسرائيل من قبل الإسلام يعني.
happened to the children of Israel before Islam.
النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يقول في بداية الحديث
The Prophet says in the beginning of his hadith,
لم يتكلم في المهد. المهد هو فراش الطفل الصغير، يعني الطفل قبل أن يوصل مرحلة الكلام.
no one has spoken in the cot, so the child before it reaches the age of articulating themselves, no one is speaking during this phase.
قال صلى الله عليه وسلم لم يتكلم في المهد إلا ثلاث.
Except for three, so no one spoke in the form of a child, it's the form of a baby, except from three.
عيسى بن مريم وغلام جريج.
Isa ibn Maryam and the child of Gorej.
Yeah, Gorej, I don't know Arabic.
Gorej.
Might be Gorej, I don't know. In Arabic it's Gorej. والطفل الثالث ما ذكر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في الحديث.
And the third child, the Prophet ﷺ did not mention in the hadith.
لكن هذا الطفل الثالث,
but this third child,
هو طفل كان أمه كان يمشي مع أمه في الطريق، شايلاه أمه في الطريق ومولود جديد.
He was a newborn baby and his mother used to carry him and wherever she was going.
فمر عليهم رجل، قالوا كان رجل يعني عنده هيئة حسنة ويبدو عليه الثراء غني يعني.
And a man passed by, and this man, he was pleasing to look at. You could see that he's a very wealthy person.
فالأم قالت اللهم اجعل ابني مثل هذا.
And the mother said, "Oh Allah, make my child like this man."
فالطفل الصغير قال اللهم لا تجعلني مثله.
So this small baby said, "Oh Allah, don't make me like him."
فالأم طبعا عادة الناس يتبادلوا وقالت سحر مشكلة، فهي شافته يعني طفل نسعى يعني مولود الآن أسبوع كيف يتكلم يعني، فهي طبعا يعني حصل عندها حالة خلعة يعني، لكن سكتت.
The mother was struck with shock and surprise. Thought there must be some sorcery, some magic. How can a child only a week old speak?
بعدين تقدموا هو وأمه في الطريق، ماشى الأم، مرت بهم بنت، الناس ماسكين يضربوها ويقولوا لها أنت زانية أنت سارقة، فقالت اللهم لا تجعل ابني مثلها، فالطفل قال اللهم اجعلني مثلها.
And then they passed by a a girl, bint, a girl, and the people were beating her up and they were striking her and they were accusing her of being a fornicator. And the mother said, "Oh Allah, don't make my child like her." And then the child replied, "Oh Allah, make me like her."
خلاصة القصة أنه هذا الرجل كان رجل مجرم ويعني هو عنده مال ولكن كان رجل مش كويس والبنت كانت بريئة فهذه خلاصة قصة الطفل بس المهم العبرة منه أنه هو تكلم.
The summary of the story is this man, although he was very rich, he was very wealthy, he was actually a very corrupt and evil person, and this girl had been wrongfully accused and was actually a righteous person. But the point is that the child had spoke.
والفائدة من قصة الطفل هذا مع أمه أنه ما نحكم بالمظاهر في الناس.
And the benefit from the story of this child with his mother is that we don't pass judgment on people based on appearance.
إذن عندنا النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام أخبرنا لم يتكلم إلا ثلاث: عيسى بن مريم وغلام جريج وهذا الغلام.
So according to the hadith, you've got the three children who spoke at an early age: the Isa, Jesus, son of Mary, the child of Gorej, maybe George, and this third one here.
طبعا العدد الذي تكلم في المهد ليس هذا الثلاثة فقط، بعضهم وصلوا إلى 10.
As for in total how many children spoke at this very young age, it's more than 3, and some have even counted up to 10 who have spoken at this age.
أي واحدة منهم عندها طفل تكلم أو تعرف في التاريخ؟ أي واحدة منهم في عندها طفل تكلم في المهد أو تعرف هي في التاريخ غير الثلاثة اللي ذكرتهم؟
Do any of you know any of the others who spoke, any children who had children who spoke at this young age? Guesses from anyone?
Or a child for your family maybe?
Or child for your own family?
Huh? Yes, good. هذه واحدة.
Brother mentioned أصحاب الأخدود from Surah Al-Buruj.
آخر امرأة في قصة أصحاب الأخدود لما كانوا يرموهم في النار.
The last lady in the story of the Ukhdud, whilst we were throwing them into the fire.
فهي هذه المرأة كان معها طفل صغير رضيع.
This lady, she had a small suckling child.
وهي كانت بين أمرين، إما تكفر وإما تدخل في النار مع طفلها.
And she had in front of her 2 options: either that she rejects Islam, she does kufr, or that she accepts, that she holds on to it but she gets thrown into this fire.
فالأم ترددت، كانت تتردد تدخل ولا ما تدخل.
And she was hesitant, does she enter this fire or not?
والله يعني هذه القصة تأثر في نفس الإنسان. كيف الأم ما تخاف على نفسها وتخاف على طفلها وتتردد تدخل في النار. أنا لما أتذكر أمي وكل واحد مننا الآن لما يتذكر أمه، كم الأم غالية، كم الأم تضحي من أجلنا. يعني فهذه الأم كان سبب ترددها الطفل هذا الصغير.
And this story has a massive impact on me. Is when you think about it, her hesitation wasn't for herself. She wasn't thinking about herself. She was just thinking about her child. And when I think about my mother, and how merciful she was to me, and how she looked after me, and when you think about your own mothers and how they look after you, that and also in this story here, it was, her fear wasn't for herself; it was just for her child.
فهذا الطفل الرضيع قال للأم.
So the suckling child said to the mother,
يا أماه اصبري.
Oh my mother, be patient.
فإنك على الحق.
For you are upon the truth.
فأخذت هي ولدها ودخلت في النار.
So she took her child and she entered into that fire.
ونحن نعرف خلد الله سيرتهم في سورة البروج نتلوها إلى يومنا هذا.
However, Allah Azza wa Jal has made the story immortal and to live for eternity in Surah Al-Buruj in the Quran.
طيب الحديث لم يتكلم في المهدي إلا 3: عيسى بن مريم وغلام جريج. وبعدين الرسول حكى لنا قصة جريج. إيش مشكلة جريج وإيش الغلام حق جريج؟
So the Prophet told us about the 3 who spoke at this age. So the third one was the story of the child of Gorej. So who is the child of Gorej and who is Gorej? What's the story behind it?
جريج قيل أنه كان رجل تاجر.
Gorej said he was a trader, he was a businessman.
وكان قلبه معلق بالدنيا وحب الدنيا.
And his heart was very much attached to this world and he loved this world.
وفجأة يقول بعض الرواة مل من الدنيا.
And then some of the narrators say that all of a sudden, surprisingly, he became fed up with this world.
وهذا يحصل عندنا كثير طبعا في ناس يملوا من الحياة وبهجة الدنيا.
Yeah, and this happens a lot. We see this a lot. People get fed up with this world. We get fed up with the material items.
فتدين الرجل يعني أصبح عندهم كان زمان اللي يصبح زي شيخ يعني يسموه راهب يعتزل الناس في مكان بعيد.
So this man then became religious, turned to religion, and in those days, a person who becomes religious, they would end up becoming a monk, and they would stay away from humans in general.
فبنى له في مكان بعيد عن الناس في طرف جبل شيء يسموه صومعة.
So he built what was called the Sawma'a. Translation?
Castle يعني هو
a little castle, but a small castle, but away from the people, on his own.
فكان دائما هو يجلس في الطابق الأعلى.
And he used to reside in the highest floor of it. Is that a pillar? A minaret?
هو بيت صغير يعني.
So it's a small house anyway.
فكان إذا الناس كلموه أو جاءوا عنده هو بيطلع عليهم يشوفهم ويكلمهم ما ينزل عليهم يعني ما يحب يخالط الناس يعني.
So if anyone came to him to approach him, he used to go up to the top floor and speak to them from above because he didn't want to interact too closely with them.
يوم من الأيام جاءت عنده أمه.
On one day his mother came to visit him.
وهو كان يصلي.
Whilst he was praying.
فنادته من تحت يا جريج يا جريج يا جريج.
And she was calling on to him from below, Jurej, oh Jurej, oh Jurej.
هو في نفسه وهو يصلي.
And him in himself whilst he was praying.
قال أمي وصلاتي يعني أيهما هل أستجيب لأمي ولا أواصل في صلاتي؟
He was saying to himself, my mother or my prayer? My mother. So he was balancing between the two. What should he go for? What should he stick with?
هل يجوز الإنسان في الصلاة يحدث نفسه بأشياء؟
Is it permissible? The question is permissible for that during prayer for someone to start having this kind of dialogue with themselves?
هذا سؤال الأخوات.
This is a question to the sisters.
You think in the salah.
Is this permissible?
If it's permissible or not, it happens.
يجوز ولا ما يجوز؟ لا يجوز. اللهم صلاتنا كلنا راحت عليها إذا. يعني هل تحدثوا نفسكم في أثناء الصلاة ولا بس القلب كله مع الصلاة؟
So he's asking, whilst you're praying, do you focus solely on the prayer or do you end up wandering off elsewhere?
We end up wandering off, but the true salah, true connection with Allah is that you are complete for sure. There's also a hadith about the Sahaba that like a wall would collapse by him and he wouldn't realize he was so khasha in his salah, or he's asked, or another guy was like amputated during salah because he'd be so khasha in his salah and he feel it. So surely our aim, even though obviously none of us have reached it, is to get that high, khushu' level that we won't listen or hear things going on around us.
الأصل نعيش الواحد خشوع فقط ما في شيء أحسن ولكن ما نستطيعش نحن بالطبع نفكر في أمور ثانية. طبعا أيام الصحابة كان يختلفوا عنا الواحد يكون يصلي يتهد عليه البيت أو الجدار وهو ما يحس وواحد آخر يريد يقطعون رجله فيقول انتظر عنا أصلي ثم اقطعي بحيث ما يشعر شوي لأن عندهم ذلك الخشوع. ولهذا نحن نتأمل نوصل للمرحلة هذه لكن ما نستطيع لكن نحاول نجاهد أنفسنا على هذا الشيء.
طيب واحد في الصلاة لو يقرأ هذا اللي مكتوب وفي الحائط وهو يصلي ما حكم صلاته؟
Okay, so someone whilst he's praying, he starts reading the posters on the wall. What's the position of his prayer? What's his?
Oh, no. I think it's accepted. The part that he's focused on is what's accepted.
هو جالس يقرأ يشوف في الصلاة والإمام يصلي وهو يقرأ.
So the Imam's praying, he's standing, just reading the poster on the wall.
اوكي هذا امور فقهيه يعني لكن خلاصه الموضوع يعني زي ما ذكر عبد الله في شيء اسمه تمام الصلاه وفي يعني لكن حتى هو لو قرأ هذا ما يبطل صلاته يعني ولا لو فكر في امور خارج الصلاه ما يبطل الصلاه خلاص اوكي صحيحه لكن طبعا قدر ايش مقبول منها هذا هو السؤال.
So if you're in a position in which you're focused only on Allah Azza and your prayer, then this is from the completeness of prayer. However, if you're wandering off, or your eyes wander off, then you're still praying, and it's still written for you that you've prayed. But how much of your prayer will be accepted, that's for Allah Azza wa Jalla to decide.
القيم حط لها 5 درجات.
طيب خير ان شاء الله. طبعا الاخوات عشان ما ينزعجوا، النبي عليه الصلاه والسلام كان يصلي فراى قرام ساتر مثل هذا.
So the Prophet whilst he was praying, he saw a curtain like this one.
فنظر اليه.
So he looked at it.
بعدين بعد الصلاه.
And then after the prayer,
قال لعائشه اميطي، يعني خذي هذا.
He said to Aisha, he says, remove this.
فإنه ما زال يعرض لي في صلاتي.
Because it continues to distract me in my prayer.
شغله في صلاته، ولم يعد النبي صلاته صلى الله عليه وسلم.
So distracted him in the prayer, but he did not repeat his prayer عليه الصلاة والسلام.
فهذه أمور فقهية إن شاء الله تستفيدوا منها فقط إن شاء الله.
This is an issue of fiqh which inshallah you can benefit from.
إن شاء الله.
So just on this point, is there also a tradition or that the Prophet ﷺ was once in Salah and Aisha was at the door and he went to the door, opened it, let her in and continued his prayer?
لا بس.
هل حدث هذا النبي
And is there a problem with this?
هو راح ويصلي فتح على الباب.
حتى لو لم يفعلها النبي فجائز. لو لم يفعلها النبي فجائز.
So you can walk, you can open things, you can.
نعم تستطيع أن تفعل ذلك إذا في ضرورة، يعني في
Of course.
عدم إذا في الضرورة يجوز، ما فيش حرج إن شاء الله. طيب جريج نادته أمه يا جريج فهو في نفسه حدث نفسه قال يا ربي أمي وصلاتي.
So Jurej is hearing his mom and he's thinking, Ya Allah, my prayer or my mother, what do I do?
بعدين واصل صلاته.
So, but he decided to continue with his prayer.
الأم تعبت راحت البيت رجعت اليوم الثاني.
The mother got tired, so she went back home, but she came back the following day.
نفس الشيء نادته، حصل نفس القصة.
And the same thing happened again. She called on to him, and the same what happened the previous day happened again.
رجعت اليوم الثالث.
So she returned the third day.
بعدين نادته ما استجاب فدعت عليه الأم.
So she called him and he didn't respond. So then she made a dua to Allah against him.
فدعائها كان دعاء عجيب شوية.
Her dua was a rather strange dua.
هي تعرف جريج أكثر شيء كان ما يحب الخلطة فيه مع الناس كان يعني النساء.
She knew that Jurej, what he detested the most in interaction was interaction with women. That's what he hated the most.
فهي قالت له إن شاء الله يعني لن تموت حتى ترى وجوه المومسات، يعني مش نساء عاديات طاهرات طيبات، قالت له إن شاء الله ما تموت في الدنيا قبل ما توقف وتتهم في زنا مع النساء اللي يمارسوا الزنا.
So and her dua was, I hope that you don't die until you are basically, until you see the faces of the prostitutes. So almost asking that, asking Allah Azza that he's accused of committing fornication with them.
طبعا دعاء الأم وصلت إلى الله عز وجل.
And of course the dua of the mother reached Allah Azza wa Jal.
وهذا درس يا أخواتي لي ولكم ولكل الحاضرين.
And this is a lesson to you, my sisters, and myself, and everyone who's present.
أن دعاء الوالدين لا ترد.
That the dua of the parents are never refused.
الأب والأم مطلوب ما يدعو على الوالدين.
The father and mother are required not.
ما يدعو عليهم بالشر.
على أبنائهم. Are required not to make a dua against their offspring with something bad.
والأبناء ما يخلوا الأم والأب يزعلوا بحيث يدعو بدون ما يشعروا يعني هذا.
And it's also upon the offspring to ensure that they never do anything to upset their parents to a level that they end up making a dua against them.
Don't realize.
نعم هذا الدعاء مباشرة سبحان الله يعني رب العالمين استجاب لدعاء الأم مباشرة وبدأ الدعاء الآن يعمل.
And immediately this dua reached Allah and Allah answered it immediately and it continues continues with its effect till today.
فذكر في الحديث أن بني إسرائيل مجموعة منهم
and it's mentioned in the hadith that a group of Bani Israel
تذكروا جريج وعبادته وصلاحه.
They remembered Jurej, his worship and his righteousness.
وصادف معهم امرأة يعني سيئة الخلق.
And whilst they were there, they came across a lady of bad character.
وهذه المرأة قالوا كانت امرأة جميلة جدا.
And it was said that this lady was very pretty, was very beautiful.
فهي قالت لهم هل أنتم تصدقوا هذا إنسان صالح؟ هذا كذاب يدعي الدين ويدعي هذا ويدعي الشيخ، هذا إنسان كذاب أنا أفتنه لكم.
She said to them, do you believe all these lies that he's a righteous man? This is a lie, the guy's a liar, he's not righteous, and I'm going to prove it to you.
وذهبت وتعرضت إليه، حاولت تخلق معه علاقات.
So she went to him and she tried to interact with him and engage with him and create a relationship with him.
فرفض وأبى.
But he refused and rejected.
فهي ذهبت والعياذ بالله مع راعي، كان راعي الغنم في الجبل يرعى وبعدين ينوم هو فوق ينام جريج وده ينام تحته فجاءت عند هذا الراعي فحملت منه.
So she found a shepherd who had a sheep in the vicinity, and the shepherd used to live at the bottom of the hill or the mountain of Jurej's house, and she met with him. She ended up being impregnated by him.
وبعدين لما وضعت الطفل المرأة
and when the child was born, when she gave birth to him,
قالوا لها من أبوه؟
they asked her who is his father.
قالت أبوه جريج.
She said his father is Jurej.
دعاء الوالدة لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
The dua of the parents, to Allah belongs the might and the power.
فالناس يعني للأسف دائما ما يتبينوا، يعني ما حد سأل خلونا نسأل جريج كيف حصل هذا، ما حد يتبين، مباشرة أخذوا بعد راحوا وكسروا له البيت حقه.
Unfortunately, people when they hear news, rarely do they ever go and investigate and inquire or find out the credibility of it. And normally they just believe it, and this is what happened, they just believed what she said to them, and they all went to his house and they destroyed his house for him.
وبدأوا يتهموه بأنه مجرم ويكذب ويعني ظاهر دين وباطنه يعني إنسان آخر، وبدأوا يجروه على الأرض.
And they started accusing him of being a liar and a criminal, and that that he's a person who gives the appearance of being righteous and religious, but he's really a liar. And they grabbed him and started dragging him across the ground.
فجريج قال لهم يعني خلوني أصلي ركعتين.
Jurej said to them, allow me please just to pray 2 rak'ahs.
فسمحوا له يصلي ركعتين وكان الطفل موجود مع أمه.
So they allowed him to pray 2 rak'ahs, and the child was there present with his mother.
فقام جريج وقال أعطوني الطفل.
So Jurej got up and he said, give me the child.
ثم ضربه في سرته هكذا بيده للطفل.
And he struck the child with his index finger on his belly.
فقال له من أبوك؟
And he said to the child, who is your father?
قال أبي الراعي.
The child says, my father is the shepherd.
هذا هو الطفل تكلم اللي النبي حدثنا عنه.
This is the child that spoke, who the Prophet ﷺ told us about.
ولكن هو ما نعرف أبوه، بس هو في القصة يقول غلام جريج لأنه حصلت القصة معه مش ابنه يعني.
So although the story is called the child of Jurej, he's not actually the child of Jurej, but that was the allegation that was levied against Jurej, that this was his child.
فالناس الآن رب العالمين سبحانه الله أعطاه كرامة، يعني أنه رب برأه من الذنب، هذا يسمى الكرامة للمؤمن.
So Allah Azza wa Jal gave him a miracle in that he acquitted him from this allegation, he vindicated him.
I don't know in English what difference is miracle and karama. I don't know. ايش الفرق بين ايش الفرق بين الكرامة والمعجزة؟
صح.
أنا بودي إنه what's the difference بين معجزة and كرامة. المعجزة جس للأنبياء. معجزة
that type of miracle is just for the prophets.
والكرامة لأي واحد من المؤمنين، ممكن لأي أخت من أخواتنا أو لنا أو أي واحد.
But karama is for any one of the believers, for any one of you sisters. It can happen to anyone.
جورج ما كان نبي، كان إنسان عادي، ولكن رب أعطاه كرامة أنطق له الغلام.
George wasn't a prophet. He was just a man, and Allah Azza gave him this karama and allowed the child to speak.
سيدنا عيسى لما تكلم هذه معجزة لأنه نبي.
When Isa alayhi salam, when he spoke, that was a mu'jiza, that was a miracle because he is a prophet.
طيب هذه القصة طبعا الناس لما رأوا كرامة الله ورب برأه قالوا لجريج يعني اعتذروا له وقالوا له نبني لك صومعتك من ذهب.
So when people witnessed the child speaking, they apologized to Gorej and asked that he forgives them, and they said to him, we'll build for you a house, a castle from gold.
فقال لهم لا أعيدوها كما كانت.
And because they destroyed his house, but he said no, just restore it as it was.
هل يجوز تبنى بيت من ذهب؟
Is it permissible to build a house from gold? Question.
هل يجوز أشرب في كوباية من ذهب؟
Is it permissible to drink from a cup of gold?
هل يجوز ألبس خاتم من ذهب؟
Is it permissible that I wear a gold ring?
Just for ladies.
For ladies. Just for ladies.
طيب يجوز أكل بمعلقة من ذهب؟
Is it permissible that I eat with a golden spoon?
لا يجوز.
Yes.
عندكم دليل ولا بس عشان نحن الرجال ما تخلونا نعمل يعني؟
Do you have evidence, or are you just saying it because we're men and you don't allow it?
على رجال أمتي
جزاك الله خير.
الذهب والحرير.
جزاك الله خير. الحرير والذهب بالنص يعني محرم على الرجال الأمة.
Silk and gold is prohibited upon the men of this ummah.
والذهب لا يجوز أن يعمل به. لا قال صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تشربوا في آنية الذهب والفضة ولا على صحافهما وهكذا. فنهى عنه النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام أن نأكل بملاعق الذهب أو نأكل في صحان من ذهب أو نشرب بكوباية من ذهب.
But the Prophet ﷺ, in his hadith, he prohibited us from eating from plates or trays of gold or drinking from goblets or cups of gold.
طيب هل يجوز عمل سنة من ذهب؟
Is it permissible that I have a gold tooth? Gold teeth, are they permissible?
Yes.
سؤال للأخوات. أنت حرام عليكم رجال خلاص يعني ولا كيف؟ عايزكم تفكروا دائما في الأمور الفقهية. هذا مهم لأنه
No, it is not.
It's important that you engage in fiqh issue that you're always thinking.
Sorry.
الضرورات تبيح المحظورات.
الضرورات تبع المحظورات. جزاك الله خير. إذا في ضرورة لا بأس به.
So in necessity, then yes, it is permissible.
واحد جسمه مثلا ما يقبل أي يعمل له حساسية ما عدا الذهب مثلا فخلاص يعني.
So someone who might have an allergic reaction to any crowns other than gold, then for that person it's permissible to have a gold crown.
قصة جريج هذه
The story of Gorej,
طبعا فيها دروس كثيرة ممكن نستخرج منها.
there are many lessons from it which we can ascertain from it.
لكن وقت ما عندنا موجودين الآن.
But we don't have sufficient time now.
أريدكم فقط في دقيقة نأخذ منها بأن الإنسان ينبغي أن يطلب العلم.
So I just want you to take a moment to think about that. As human beings, we are required to seek knowledge.
لأن جريج لو كان إنسان عنده علم هو كان عابد ما عنده علم. لو كان عنده علم كان يعرف المفروض أن دعاء الاستجابة للوالدة فريضة وهو قالوا كان يصلي سنة. فكان لو عنده علم مفروض لما نادته أمه كان يقول السلام عليكم السلام عليكم ويقول نعم أمي. لأن الاستجابة للأم فريضة وهذه صلاة نافلة. لكن هو ما عنده كان هذا العلم.
So the lesson which I want you to take from this is that that we have to seek knowledge. So Gorej was a man of worship and not a man of knowledge. The prayer that he was praying was a supplementary prayer. It wasn't an obligatory prayer. And in a supplementary prayer, you can break it for your mother because responding to your mother is a compulsory act. However, a supplementary prayer isn't a compulsory act. So he should have. There's an obligation upon him to leave the supplementary prayer to respond to the obligation of responding to your mother.
طيب الآن تفكروا معايا.
I want you to think with me.
بنتي جالسة في الموبايل تعمل هكذا.
A girl sat with her telephone in her hand doing this.
أمها تناديها 20 مرة.
Her mother calls her 20 times.
وهي تقول أوكي أوكي أوكي. يعني تصور الرجل هذا كان مفروض يقطع الصلاة. حتى نحن لو الواحد يصلي مثلا قيام الليل أمه قالت يا فلان يا فلان يا فلان المفروض تقول السلام عليكم السلام عليكم نعم يا أمي. لكن كيف نحن إذا ننشغل بالأم بمثل إنترنت أو أشياء. تأملوا يا أخواتي في هذا.
So when you think about it, this is Gorej was a man who was praying. He's in salah, so you could be in qiyam al-layl or something. And if you're in doing qiyam al-layl, supplementary prayer, and you hear your mother calling, then it's compulsory upon you to give salams, leave the prayer and go to respond to your mother. And what about the internet? What about your telephone?
طيب أنا إن شاء الله أقف إلى هنا وأنا سعدت باللقاء معكم.
Inshallah, I will stop here. I'm very happy to have met you all.
ومضطر ألحق عندي مسجد إن شاء الله المغرب. جزاكم الله خير.
I unfortunately have to leave to go and catch up Maghrib at my mosque.
جزاكم الله خير.
جزاك خير to Shiekh Mohamed Jumma. Not just short notice at the drop of a hat, inshallah, he came and provided us with this. Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, we've got Salah in about 4 minutes time, so we'll get ready for Salat al-Maghrib, inshallah. Next week will be Dr. Iftikhar, and the following week, inshallah, the much postponed Sheikh Shihab final part of the Seerah, inshallah. Again, if you haven't done so already, get it on your phones, even if your mom's calling you, and like the MABriday. I'm joking. And like the MABriday page, please. Jazakallah khair. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.